I'm Beth Bell, and welcome to the Half Plate Challenge. It's a challenge designed to increase the number of fruits and vegetables you're eating. Remember to make half your plate fruits and vegetables. Nothing says spring to me like fresh asparagus. In fact, when I was growing up in southern Illinois, lettuce and fresh asparagus were the first two vegetables that were harvested from my dad's garden. And it is an amazing vegetable to watch grow. In fact, under ideal growing conditions, asparagus actually can grow 8 inches in just 24 hours. When you harvest it, all you need to do is simply snap it off at the base. The next day, there'll be amazingly more asparagus to replace those you've already harvested. So when you're purchasing a fresh asparagus, one of the things that you want to look for is actually tightly packed heads on each of the spears of asparagus. And this is a perfect example of asparagus that is just prime for picking and harvesting. And actually, one of the great things that you can do is after you've purchased ideal fresh asparagus is you'll want to turn it on end, lay it down, and remove the cut ends just exactly the same way as you would if you had some fresh flowers about to be placed in a vase. And actually, for asparagus, the asparagus tips are actually the flowers of the plant. So you'd want to just take off the ends. And actually, if you watch some experts on asparagus, they'll actually tell you to hold it and bend the spear and actually want it to snap off where the spear breaks. But you can actually just trim off the white edges, and then you'll want to place it into some water. I like to use a pitcher or a vase just down into the water as you would with flowers and store it in the refrigerator, and this will keep for 4 to 5 days until you're ready to use it. One of the things I really love about asparagus is that it can be baked, broiled, steamed, grilled, or stir-fried, but my favorite is actually stir-frying. It's quick, it's easy, it's simple, and delicious. So here's my favorite recipe. Let's get rid of these ends off of the pre-cut asparagus. And what you're going to do is take your pre-washed asparagus, and I usually line it up on the cutting board like this, lay it on the side, and you'll want to angle cut it. And I really love to angle cut my asparagus just because it gives it an interesting look on the plate. Also, it exposes more area of the asparagus, so it cooks more quickly. So you just want to angle cut it. And it's ready to stir fry. You'll begin by turning your burner on. I usually do it over medium-high heat. We're using gas heat today. And add about 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of fresh virgin, if you have it, olive oil to the pan, and you want that to become warm. I like to spread it over the entire surface if you can. And as it warms up, you're just ready to add your asparagus. You want to let this come up to temperature before you add your asparagus so the asparagus doesn't actually absorb the oil, it just coats it. And a limited amount of oil is probably best. Some people have asked about using the spray oil, and that's fine. Or you can actually even buy or purchase at a kitchen store a pump that you can pump up and add the olive oil to it so you can actually spray fresh olive oil into your pan. So as it comes up to heat, then you're ready to add your angle cut asparagus. And we'll go ahead and add this in too. We don't want to miss any of this freshness. And you want to toss it lightly with the oil. You're going to want to let that warm until it begins to turn a bright green. It will usually take about 5 to 8 minutes. So what you're looking for is this really beautiful bright green color, and you know it really doesn't resemble the earlier asparagus hardly at all. And this brilliant green color is bringing out all those micronutrients that are so good and so healthful. In fact, asparagus is very high in vitamin A and vitamin C, and also folic acid, which is an important nutrient for those of us who are thinking about starting our family, who are expecting our children at the time, as a very important nutrient. So to this, once we've achieved this bright green color, we're going to be adding some lemon juice. You can add fresh if you like, and you're going to get a really big sizzle. And that lemon juice just adds even more fresh flavor for spring. And I like to add to it just about a teaspoon of granulated chicken bouillon. If you haven't actually used it before, it comes in granules that look sort of like this. And you can take a few and sprinkle on top, and you're just adding just about a teaspoon. Now, if you're on a low sodium diet or you're watching your sodium for blood pressure reasons or just keeping an eye on it, this would be a product that does add more sodium to your food, so you'd want to not necessarily add that. You could skip it and just stick with the lemon juice. And if you wanted to add salt later, you could actually do that. So we're just going to let that saute in for just a minute. And this beautiful, fresh vegetable that you can start at the beginning of your meal and it'll be ready and perfect to serve is just perfect. So that's it. Fresh stir-fried asparagus ready to serve. I have a serving plate over here, and I think we'll take it over and add it to that. This is just a beautiful vegetable. And the serving size is going to be about 3/4 of a cup, which is a nice serving size. And that comes in or weighs in at really, amazingly, just about 68 calories. So thank you for joining me. I'd like to remind you to make half your plate fruits and vegetables and to vary your veggies. For UT Extension, I'm Beth Bell.